Hello everyone, and welcome to, this is my first sketchbook tour. Fantastical. So let's start. So this is the first ever sketchbook I've ever filled up in my whole entire life. So it's no surprise. This is my first sketchbook. Let's see. Sketchbook number 1. That's from 1/11/19 to 2/2/19. It's my first sketchbook. And my name, which is Ben E. That's all you're gonna get. This is, I used Jazza's art prompts, and I don't remember the exact prompt. It was like a toilet and the apocalypse featuring pizza boxes. So I did the best I could. Since I was at Friendly's, if you know what that is. And hey, if you don't know what that is, that was a New England chain. It was basically like a burger and ice cream joint, essentially, except for all over New England. You can find them in almost every town. But they've reduced themselves to ice cream just a little while ago. Anyway, so this was my first ever palette page, and this is before I got scrap paper and any of that kind of jazz. This is me swatching out characters, doing little plans for what I could do, how did I want to do it, all that kind of stuff. And honestly, I had no idea. And this is what I ended up doing. This is before I discovered a lot of different things. Again, I was still fairly new, and I was using some crappy art supplies. I still use them, but some crappy art supplies that I found. I literally just found them, so I didn't buy them or anything. Okay, so this one's about like... this was another jazzy art prompt or whatever, and it was like... I don't remember what it was, actually. I just remember it had to be featuring toys, so I decided to feature a koala. I guess this is a pink pen, and a creepy Victorian doll. But then I didn't know how to draw eyes on, so I decided to make them closed. And this is my first experiment in using makeup as an art supply. This is when this was going bigger, or it was big to me then. To me, it seemed like everyone was doing it, so I wanted to do it too. I never uploaded this or anything. I don't think I uploaded most of these, but you know. This is another palette page. I know people might be saying, this doesn't count because it's a palette page, but it counts. Okay, next up is this page. I got a lot of my prompts from Jazza. I think I'll link his, channel down below. And basically it's supposed to be something along the lines of a boot, shoe, or like a room and a boot. Something along those lines. So I decided to make Harry Potter glasses because I felt like it. And the rest of them, I was looking up shoe designs, so I was just going along with that. And it's pretty much just an empty room that had Harry Potter, a humongous Harry Potter poster. This one, I was using a tan color pencil because I was absolutely determined to be that person that used all the color pencils in monotone. Not the best idea, not the worst idea either, but you know, it wasn't fantastic. This next thing up, this was supposed to be a ghost floating over an island. Again, another Jazza, dude, big inspiration. Used his thing a lot because I was watching him a lot at this time. I say a lot, I meant like 5 to 6 videos a day, which is a lot, I know. Like it was for me, like after school to dinner, and then after dinner to bedtime. Again, I was using some more crap pencils to try to do hands better. This is my first iteration of hand. It didn't stick. This was me trying to take a photo I took in of. This was originally just some food in a bowl, and I decided to change a bunch of it. So now it looks like a mini cityscape, like a metropolis with a humongous bowl. Didn't do anything. Close my still might be a video in itself. Next up was this was another one. I thought it was just random inspiration. I don't know. Anyway, so as you can see, I didn't have any. I don't think. Yeah, I didn't have any dark colored pencils, so I had to use my pad to use my pencil. And at this point in time, I didn't know how to keep the pencil from going onto the other page, so we'll see in one. So I made a palette that was shooting down like a laser beam instead of a the alien thing. This is my first ever fan art in here, which is D and I share a profound bond. And it's supposed to be like a motel room, and I don't know, this is just one of the motel rooms that I sort of more or less was trying to put into, I think the supernatural team would be in, aka Team Free Will. This is me trying to draw some rocks, failing, and then just making the palette page. I actually never finished this one. I don't really know why. This was another one where I was trying to make a photo into something that it was not. Oh, this is one of the cute pages. As you can see, I just on pen. It started becoming a habit with me, sketching in pen. I still like doing it, but now I sketch in. Usually, I sketch in my ever trustworthy erasables, colored pencil, and yellow green, or just bought a new pack of them. So, just trying to get through this one, and then I'll get to the other ones. You can see it was so old that the eraser actually came off it. Since I've had since like 5 or 6 or something, so I was just doing a bunch of different things are on my mind. Oh, this is something I did. Also, I was at my business studio, and I had some time to spare. So I decided, and I was coming up with a card idea, because there's a card thing. That makes it a bit more darker. So I just made a castle with trees and a moat. Yeah, actually I was fairly proud of that one. And next one, I was feeling upset with America in general, so I decided to use trans as fam, because I am transgender and proud. I'm not exactly proud, but I'm living a life, and I'm not hurting myself or anything. I'm fairly okay. At least right now. Next up, I think, nope, it was probably one on the other side. But this is my Napoleon cheesecake, as I remember calling it. And this was my first attempt at making champagne or some margarita or something in fancy glasses. I didn't do the best, because again, I just sketched out just straight in pen. This one took up some more. I was using an assignment, I was doing it on line, so I decided, I'll just make these conveniently sized things into pieces of art. So this is the first one. I used a limited color palette, if you can't tell. And I think I went over with it with something else, but I don't know. And obviously I glue this in, but as you can see, I was using the cheap kind of glue, so I did not know better. I still don't know better, but you know. The next thing is, this is me. I was getting frustrated with my mom, so I decided to make a difference between Ben and Emily, which Emily's my den name. I still get called, but I don't really care anymore. So if you want to take a moment and read this, then go ahead and pause it. Next up is this little thing. It's supposed to be a tree through a window. Again, it's a more random inspiration. This next one was inspired by the Japanese culture, at least parts of it. I decided to make some green tea with some cheesecake. I really liked cheesecake at that time. So, I really don't really know what I was doing, but I was just trying to make a cheesecake with a cup of green tea. And then, this one was, I remembered that my cousin really liked making battleships as a kid, So I wanted to try and make my own battleships, again with a very limited color scheme. As you can see, this does not work out the best, nor the worst. This isn't one of my favorites in the sketchbook. This one, I think at least spent half an hour on, which was a long time for me then, so I was using a highlighter for the yellow, because that's the only yellow I had. I was mixing highlighters, marker pens, it wasn't Crayola, but I want to say Crayola, but it wasn't Crayola, and some cheap crayon pencils, or what are they called? Colored pencils. Sometimes I get mixed up. And then this is my first iteration of, one of my first iterations of, it's like supposed to be me, OC. And that was that. And I tried doing a child version and a kid and a baby version. I have since learned how to make children/kids look cuter and better in general. And this one is page 4. This was just mainly me just trying out, just watching things. Because again, the color pencils and stuff I had weren't very reliable for their lead or their pigment color to match the outside. This was just where I just decided, oh, I'm just gonna do patterns, because that's what I want to do. This was another iteration. Nope, I didn't keep that. Do you guys want me to put up my current OC look? It's completely different. And this was me trying to do a house thing. I really don't know what I was thinking. These are supposed to be planks of wood. This is supposed to be like a never-ending abyss in these walls. Again, limited color scheme. I really like doing that, and that's what at the time I had. And this is pretty much my whole entire color scheme that I ever had when I was doing this. I didn't realize is the Sharpie pen I was using would bleed. So, can you guess what's on the other side? Warning, it's not something like me giving up and saying nothing's here. It's another thing. On the other side. Yep. I didn't want to waste any paper. It was my first ever sketchbook. This is me after I found some markers, and I was just using them and pens. Again, these weren't new markers. I only found a marker, but it was an orange marker. Used a lot of colored pencil in the sketchbook. Again, this one, actually I think I might like this one better, but let's see. This one was on the 21st this was on the 22nd. This one was a cover idea from actually it looks better on camera than it does in real life, for a book I wanted to write. Well, I still do kind of want to write, but probably not as a book, probably fanfiction or something, called Jupiter Star. And then I decided to do a comic on why I don't understand feminism. I don't think it's gonna clear up, so I'm just gonna tell you what it says. The first one, it says, well, on top it says, I don't understand feminism, and then the girl saying, only I can raise my child right, and I said, because some people use it to act misandry, which means you absolutely hate men. You hate men so much that you don't even like them. Like, you only like them if like you're like your child, 100%. The second one is, it says proud feminist pride. It says other ones just talk about it constantly. And then I said, but I'd like to believe some of them are good people. So like, I was trying to use different skin tones and wasn't very good at it, but I was trying at least. This was my little pattern. I think it looks pretty good. This is me drawing an eye. Supposed to be a galaxy eye. This is a failed card. I was trying to erase on card. It wasn't working. It just wasn't a thing. This is me trying to do a Starbucks impression. Like a humongous Starbucks building. I really don't know. I haven't really been to Starbucks since I was a kid. This was a little tea marketing company because I don't drink coffee. Instead, I drink tea. And if I do drink coffee, there's something wrong with me. This was me made and I colored in my own Zentangle. I like Zentangles a lot. This was another mini thing. A friend of mine, her name's Dirk. They just gave me some of their alcohol markers. Also, if I knew their social media, link it down below. If next time, would you guys be interested if I were to link their social media down below? I'll do if I get an Instagram thing, then I will link it down below once I know it. Or I'll link in a comment. This was me again, trying to do a sunset / sunrise thing. It'll take us just a couple seconds. Actually, I really like this one. This took me like an hour. that's kind of sad to say. Well, it didn't take me like an hour, it took me like 45 minutes. But then, this is me explaining why I have my little Dunkin' Donuts tumbler, which is, I am one of those people who has one of these cups. It's a Dunkin' Donuts tumbler looking thing. Surprisingly enough, I don't like Dunkin' Donuts, which is true. The only reason I like it is because it looks like a tumbler. But I can imagine myself enjoying alcohol later in life, that end. Later in life, at that point, meant about 5 years? But now it's 4, because it's been a couple months, and I've had my birthday. I decided to put in my mini swatch pages, which are the ones I use for, like, deciding designs, or just scribbling, because I needed to scribble. Sorry for the echo, if there is one. Again, another scribble page. I didn't know what I was going to do on the next page, so I didn't know it would bleed. And this was just an I made, so I didn't really mind. But this thing, oh my god, that is my favorite thing in this sketchbook. I used every art supply that I have to make this. All that I had at the time. This is me trying to do limited color scheme for a church. This was me trying to do more realistic. Didn't finish that. Then, this was another failed encounter, the same kind or whatever. This is what I was trying not to forget what kind of, brushes I have, because they're gold looking, and I think. And they're fusion watercolor, acrylic and watercolor, which I'm not sure if that's good or not. But sometimes they say if it's mixed media, that it might not be as good. This was me doing another landscape. Can tell I have some minor talent in that. Then I was doing some YouTube videos. If you can see these, feel free to use them. I don't really mind either way. This was my first edition of trying the praying. I lost the praying. And Instagram ideas and stuff, and then just nothing on this page. Because I didn't make coloring on the back cover a thing until a bit later. So that was my sketchbook. As you can see, I colored it on the front. Nothing more than that. If you want to see anything else, just comment down below if you want me to continue doing YouTube. Like or subscribe if you want to. Surprisingly, no. I don't know many people, but it'd be awesome. I guess we can hit the ring thingy, and I'm really, really sorry for not putting out a video lately. There's been a lot of times, I know something before, but hey, it's shorter than the time than last time that was multiple months. I was like a year. So this is shorter. I'll try to get one out either later this week or maybe next week. It depends a lot on my schedule and my will to live. So hopefully I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.